Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trinity Baptist College, the home of the Eagles, as we're ready for exciting NCCAA Division II women's volleyball between the Eagles of Trinity Baptist College and the Wildcats from NCAA Division II Fort Valley State University. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau, and Dean Bureau is back here on camera here tonight. And this volleyball match is just about to begin. The Wildcats come into tonight's play with a record of 3 wins, 17 losses. They are 1-6 in Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference play in the NCAA Division II. The Trinity Baptist College Eagles, no wins, 14 losses overall, no wins, 7 losses in NCCAA Division II South Region competition. First, the Eagles led by head coach Leah Bennett, in her 3rd season leading the volleyball team. And for the Wildcats, Mr. Larry Rather is the head women's volleyball coach, and he is assisted by Edward Rather and Erica Stahl. And this game is just a moment away from the first serve between the Wildcats and the Eagles. TBC wearing the black uniforms here tonight, and the Wildcats wearing the blue jerseys with the gold sleeves and the numbers. TBC Eagles on the left side of your screen, and the Wildcats on the right side. And first serve is Morgan Wells, a junior from Homestead, Florida. Arlen Pointer with the tap. The one is tipped before landing out of bounds, so the point goes to the Eagles. And this match is underway. Wells with the serve that misses just a little bit wide of the strike. So the first point of the night for the Wildcats goes up onto the board. It's 1-1. We're just underway, so pull up a chair. Leonie McAuliffe now serves for the Wildcats. Turn effort by the Eagles is good. This one is tapped and right back down into the court from Morgan Gooden. And the Wildcats take a 2-1 lead. Morgan Gooden has 42 kills on the season during today's play. On the serve from McAuliffe, good hard line drive. That one would have dropped out of bounds, but McAuliffe wasn't sure, so she went to make the play. And that gets the point for the Eagles. Ashley Shaw serving for TBC. Tap onto the floor, and the point for the Wildcats. Michelle Lynch makes the play. And the Wildcats have regained the lead at 3-2. Now serving is Morgan Gooden, who made a play just a couple of moments ago to get a point for her team. Still attempt, defended in the backcourt, and sent back by the Eagles. An unforced error from Michelle Lynch gives the point to Trinity Baptist. It is 3-3 with Ashley Chevalier now serving after the substitution. Coming onto the court now and getting ready to serve is Allie Thrash, a senior from Katy, Texas. Kill attempt is good. Raven Edwards with the kill. And on the season, that is number 103 for Raven Edwards. He is by far the team leader in the kill department. Now serving is Satine Green. He has 2 aces on the season. She got on top of that one a little too much. Put it in the net, and we're tied 4-4. And Carlin Pointer now serving for Trinity Baptist, the senior from Fort White, Florida. And the kill is good. Perfect hit from Jada Michael. That is her 41st kill on the season, and the Wildcats lead 5-4. Kayla Copeland now serving for Fort Valley State. Pointer makes the return. The ball was tipped. And a nice play on the side for the Wildcats. Check that point for the TBC Eagles. A substitution will send Shaw back onto the court, and Chevalier will come off. We're tied at 5. A good kill by the Wildcats. Jada Michael once again putting her team back down in front. And now heading back to serve will be Kayla Copeland. 6-5 in favor of Fort Valley State. And Copeland with a very good line drive serve. Morgan Wells makes the return, gets the point off the net, and we're tied at 6. Hello, Wildcat fans. Hello, Eagles fans. If you're able to, please drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Kill attempt is defended by Chloe Phillips right at the net. Wells hits it a little too strong and out of bounds. And a point for the Wildcats puts them back out in front 7-6. Now serving the libero, number 24, Sarah Rosario. And a point for the Wildcats, who now lead 8-6. Rosario, a sophomore from Baymon, Puerto Rico, now serving for Fort Valley State. Pointer's able to keep that one off the floor and make a good, successful return. This is Gooden, a little too strong, out of bounds. Eagles get the point. 8-7 is the score with Morgan Wells going back to serve. Wells is a junior from Homestead, Florida. Enjoying her 3rd season on the volleyball court under Coach Bennett. Goes into the net. And a point for the Eagles ties the score at 8. The athletic director of Trinity Baptist College is John D. Jones. I'm Ray Bureau. I am the assistant AD in charge of sports communication as well as the play-by-play announcer. The SID for Fort Valley State, Mr. Christopher Myers. A good tap by Taylor puts the Eagles out in front 9-8. Gooden with the kill. She kept that one in bounds, tied the score at 9, and got her team back to serve. Leonie McAuliffe doing the serving for the Wildcats. Chloe Phillips hit the net, so the point goes up for Fort Valley State, who leads now 10-9. McAuliffe gets the whistle. Here's the serve. Tanner looking for some open floor, but Rosario's right there. Gooden with the kill. Off Burkhalter and out of bounds. So the Wildcats lead by 2 at 11-9. McAuliffe now looking to extend a current 2-point lead on the ace with Morgan Wells And it's 12-9. For McAuliffe, that is her 23rd ace of the season. She leads the team by plenty. And here's a serve. One off Wells, bumped it up front. Pointer with the kill attempt. And a good play by Copeland. Good in toward the back. Jordan was unable to get it over. And the point goes up for the Wildcats. 13-9 is our score. Athletic Director of Fort Valley State University, Mr. Wheeler Brown. That one goes wide, and the point goes up for the Wildcats, who lead it now 14-9. We'll have ourselves a timeout with the score: Fort Valley State University 14, Trinity Baptist College 9. After tonight's game, the Wildcats will be at Allen University for an SIAC matchup on Monday, October 17th. Next Wednesday, Fort Valley State is at Savannah State University in Savannah, Georgia. That's also a conference matchup. And then the next two games are both at home within the conference, home against Benedict College on October 23rd and Allen University on October 27th. And that rounds out the play for the month of October for the Wildcats. Tomorrow, the TBC Eagles are at Andrew College with a 6 p.m. first serve. Two games here on the home court Saturday. First, Trinity Baptist will play Florida State College at Jacksonville at 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. And then a South Region matchup against Trinity College of Florida will follow at 4 p.m. October 21st, Trinity Baptist is home against the South Region's Pensacola Christian College. Arlen Pointer toward the back, but a little too strong and out of bounds. And so a 15-9 lead for the Wildcats. And now serving again is Leonie McCullough. He's been on a nice little run for Fort Valley State. We were tied at 8. It's now 16-9 after that kill from Morgan Gooden. So the Wildcats have scored 8 out of 9 points. And McAuliffe is trying to extend this current 7-point lead. And a nice gentle tap down by Gooden makes it 17-9. South again on a terrific run. Pointer is good. That ball hit off Satine Green up front. And Arlen Pointer gets the point for Trinity Baptist. Ashley Shaw, freshman from Umatilla, Florida, now serving for the TBC Eagles. Set up for Gooden, but she put a little too much into it and knocked it out of bounds. So TBC gets the point, still trailing by 6, however, at 17-11. Great service run by Leonie McAuliffe just a little while ago, a sophomore from Beaufort, South Carolina. Jordan couldn't quite catch up to that one, so it's a point for the Wildcats, who lead it now 18-11. Morgan Gooden now serving for the Wildcats. And Pointer's hit is inbounds. And that call was overturned wide of the strike. So the Wildcats get the point, and they lead it now 19-11. Morgan Gooden came into today's play with 7 aces on the season. And that one into the net. Wells got on top of it a little too much. And now it sells a timeout with the score: Fort Valley State 20, Trinity Baptist 11. Eagles fans, basketball season is only a couple of weeks away. On Friday, October 28th, TBC men's basketball begins regular season play at NAIA Ave Maria University, and the first home game of the new season will be here at 8 p.m. on Tuesday, November 1st, when the Eagles take on Atlantis University. And for women's basketball, their first game will be an exhibition game at NAIA Kaiser University down in West Palm Beach. That'll be on Friday, October 28th. The first home game for the Eagles women's basketball team is on Saturday, November 5th at 3 p.m. against Summerville, South Carolina AME Faith College. The basketball season just about 2 weeks away. And the Eagles get the point. Check that. Wildcats get the point and lead by 10 at 21-11. Gooden with the serve. That one might have gone out of bounds. Wells unsure, trying to make the play. And an 11-point lead for the Wildcats. Pointer with the return, but it goes right out for Rosario. Still a chance into the net from Raven Edwards. And a point for the TBC Eagles. Allie Thrash back onto the court, now serving. He came in with 11 aces on the season, did Thrash, and a little miscommunication, but it's okay because Lynch was able to make the return. That one stays in bounds. Jael Jordan making the play for TBC. And Thrash with the serve for the Eagles. To the front of the net. And a nice dig by Chevalier. This one is set up for the kill, but Chevalier goes back down once again, keeps it off the floor. That kill, however, is good from Raven Edwards. And the Tigers are 2 points away from taking the first in this best 3 out of 5 matchup. Raven Edwards came in with 102 kills in 55 sets. Jordan with the attempt and a diving dig for Green, who made the play a moment ago. Eagles made a fine play on their side of the court as well. And that is the third hit, so a point for the Eagles. 23-14, the Eagles have some work to do to try to catch up. Garland Pointer now serving. Still attempt is defended at the net by Bergholzer and Wells. Wells goes up and her shot is blocked. And the Wildcats get the point and need just one more to take set number 1. And a substitution for Fort Valley State coming onto the court and heading back to serve, number 16, Samantha Smith. Smith is a junior from Statesboro, Georgia. wins set number 1 for the Wildcats. Final score 25-14. Set number 2 will begin in approximately 3 minutes. We'll take a break right now. We'll pause here for a 60-second message from the NCCAA. Fort Valley State won the first set 25-14, and we're getting ready for set number 2. The Trinity Christian Academy Conquerors varsity volleyball team will end its regular season tonight at Fernandina Beach High School, and if the Conquerors win tonight, they will tie the school record for most wins in a season, and they will set a brand new school record for winning percentage. If they win tonight, they will be 21-3 on the season. So let's go Conquerors, get that record. Right here, the Fort Valley State Wildcats winning set number 1, looking to take a commanding 2-0 lead in set play, and the Eagles will try to even things up, and they're coming back out onto the court as we speak. This Saturday afternoon, doubleheader here in Trinity Gymnasium. TBC Eagles against Florida State College at Jacksonville at 2 p.m. Then Trinity College of Florida at 4. Also going on Saturday afternoon, women's and men's soccer, as the women's team will take on Florida College, the NAIA Falcons, and then the gentlemen will play South Region rival Bob Jones University. 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. are the scheduled kickoff times. Those are the games we're going to bring to you live on TBC Eagles, the women's soccer and the men's soccer games this Saturday afternoon. Officials are just looking over the starting lineups, make sure everything is in order. Then we'll be back underway here on TBC Eagles. And again, in case you missed it, basketball season just 2 weeks away. Both the men's and the women's teams begin play on October 28th. Now serving to start off set number 2, number 11, Leanna McCullough. And that one is out of bounds, and the Eagles get the first point. Aggie Burkhalter, Jacksonville product, serving for TBC. And she serves up point number 2 for the TBC Eagles. Burkhalter has 196 assists on the season and 9 aces while serving. That's Green, and Burkhalter on the defense, but Green gets up and over the top and taps that one over Phillips and onto the floor for the first point for the Wildcats. And Morgan Gooding gets the whistle. And that ball went into the net, and so did one of the Eagles players. So a point for the Wildcats. Gooden came into today's play with 7 aces at the service line, 42 kills at the net as well. We've already seen her pick up a few kills. And the return effort by Wells comes up a little short, so the Wildcats lead 3-2. Morgan Gooden now serving. Good hard line drive on the ace. That's her 8th of the season, and it gives her team a 2-point lead. That serve goes into the net, and a point goes up for TBC. Allie Thrash will come back on to serve. Thrash, a right-handed volleyball player, but a left-handed pitcher for Coach Bennett during the softball season. A tap over the net. Gooden goes down to the floor to make the play. Ball was tipped at the net, onto the floor, and a point for Fort Valley State, who leads at 5-3. Checking in for the Wildcats, Jada Michael. And for the Eagles, Chloe Phillips. And now serving is Satine Green. And Green gets the ace, her 2nd of the season. Nope, check that, her 3rd. Looking at the wrong column. 6-3 now in favor of the Wildcats. Green with the serve, just over the net. 3rd hit from point is good. And that one on to the floor from Michelle Lynch. And the Wildcats lead 7-3. Green gets the whistle. Here's the serve. Burkhalter with the return right at Green. He's made a nice bump toward the front. And the call is inbounds from Raven Edwards. That was so close I had to wait for the call, but the Wildcats get the point and lead by 5 at 8-3. And another ace for Satine Green. Makes the score 9-3. She has only 4 serving errors all season long. She's done a very nice job for the Wildcats. Timeout with the score, Fort Valley State 9, Trinity Baptist 3. We'll be right back in just a minute. Nine to 3 as we resume play. Gordon with the tap, gets over the net. The kill is good from Raven Edwards, and the Wildcats lead now 10-3. Satine Green back at the line. She gets the whistle. That one a little too strong past the end line, and the Eagles get the point. 10-4 in favor of Fort Valley State. Carlin Pointer now serves. Wells goes up high, got hands on it. Misdirected it out of bounds, however, so the point for the Wildcats, and it's a 7-point lead. And now serving for Fort Valley State, number 21, Michelle Lynch. Gooden's able to bump that one forward. Lynch a little too strong, got under it just a bit. And the point goes up for the Eagles. Michelle Lynch, a freshman from Conyers, Georgia. Ashley Shaw, a freshman from Umatilla, Florida, now serving. That one into the net. Gives the Tigers back their 7-point lead at 12-5. And a substitution now for the Wildcats. Coming back onto the court, Kayla Copeland. Freshman from Stockbridge, Georgia, now sets up to serve. She has 12 aces on the season in 51 sets played. Wells with the return, and that one just about a couple of inches past the line. Didn't miss by much, but miss it did, and the point goes to the Wildcats. 8-point lead for Fort Valley State, 13-5. The serve by Copeland is very well defended and returned. And a kill from Morgan Gooden gives her team a 9-point lead at 14-5. Copeland gets the whistle. He's ready. Here's the serve. Wells returns. That one to the back of the court. Gooden up and in. And the point for the Wildcats makes it 15-5. And Copeland getting ready to serve once again. Good recovery by Jada Michael. She regrouped, reset her feet, reached back, and made a good return. The ball still in the air and drops down inbounds. Kill attempt is good from Morgan Gooden, and the team leads 16-5. Kayla Copeland serving for the Wildcats. That one goes out of bounds. 12-point lead for Fort Valley State. They're members of the NCAA Division II Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, along with Jacksonville's own Edward Waters University. Burkhalter with the tap. Played by McAuliffe. Third hit goes right at Chevalier. She keeps it alive. Foster with the hit. That ball was tipped, so the Eagles get the point. Odyssey Foster knocks one down for the Eagles. Still some work to do as they trail 17-6. Ashley Shaw was starting to check in, but she's been called back, and Honesty Foster will serve for TBC. Foster has one ace on the season, mainly a frontline player, but she goes down low to take that one off the floor. However, Jada Michael is right there for an easy tap, and it's an 18-6 lead for the Wildcats. Now serving the libero, Sarah Rosario. Kill attempt by Wells, on a little too short into the net, so a point for Fort Valley State. It's 19-6. Rosario gets her whistle. And the serve. Foster makes the return off the serve. New player on the court for Fort Valley State, number 9. I don't have a number 9 on the roster. That's her right there with the kill. It is good. Number 9 is Nadira Jones, a sophomore from Florence, South Carolina, who just got that last kill. Timeout with a score 20-6 in favor of the Wildcats. We'll be right back. Twenty to 6 is our score here in set number 2. And Sarah Rosario gets ready to serve after the substitution. And here's the serve. And point on the board for the Wildcats. 21 to 6 is our score. And Rosario with the serve. Chevalier keeps it off the floor. Hunter with the return. That one is on the floor, and a point for the Wildcats. Sarai Went, number 15, made that return that resulted in the point. And that's Witt right in front of us. And a good serve, but just a little too strong from Kayla Copeland. Another one that was so close, I had to wait for the line judge to make the call. Morgan Wells now gets ready to serve. And out of bounds. And now Fort Valley State is 2 points away from taking a 2-0 lead. Leonie McAuliffe with the serve. Right at Ashley Shaw. That one is on the floor. The hit from Sarai Went. And 24 to 7. Tigers need just one more point. Sarai Went, a sophomore from Fresno, California. That's McAuliffe with the serve and the point. And that is the end of set number 2 as Fort Valley State wins this one 25 to 7. Set number 3 will begin in 3 minutes. We'll pause here and we'll be back as the players take the court for set number 3. You're watching TBC Eagles Volleyball on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. Set 3 getting ready to begin. The Fort Valley State University Wildcats lead 2-0 by set scores of 25-14 and 25-7. So if they win set number 3, that will end the match. The TBC Eagles will try to win number 3 and keep this one moving on. Eagles and Wildcats now back onto the court. Remember, this Saturday afternoon, we'll be live streaming the women's and the men's soccer games here on TBC Eagles. And the officials have checked over the lineups. Trinity Baptist will have the first serve, and Ashley Shaw will do the honors. I had mistakenly mixed up Ashley Shaw with Madison Hamilton. This is Ashley Shaw now serving. Good in with the kill, but a terrific play by Chevalier on the dig. And another great play by McAuliffe on the other side of the net. And the Wildcats get the first point of set number 3. And McAuliffe will now serve for Fort Valley State. 22 aces coming into today's play. She's picked up a few more, including that one you just saw. And it's 2-0 in favor of the Wildcats. Fort Valley State University from Fort Valley, Georgia. One hits the net, drops down on the Wildcats side, so it's a point for the Eagles. And here is Madison Hamilton, freshman from Brooksville, Florida. To the back of the court, and just a little too strong. Out of bounds, and the Eagles get the point. A good effort by Rosario, the one-handed dive, but that was unable to make the return. So TBC leads 3-2. Hamilton with a terrific line drive serve and the post. Madison Hamilton has played 36 sets before tonight's play began. He has 12 aces, make that 13 with the one you just saw, but this one goes into the net. That's a point for Fort Valley State. It's 4-3 in favor of the Eagles. Again, in case you missed it, Fort Valley State won the first 2 sets and has a chance to finish this one off in 3. Rosario sets this one up for Winch. But that one is out of bounds, and a point goes up for the home team. (5-3) in favor of the Eagles as Allie Thrash checks in and serves. That one is good by Copeland, tipped at the net. Still a point for the Wildcats. Members of both the TBC Eagles baseball team and women's basketball team here in attendance, cheering on their friends out there on the court. Always good to see the student camaraderie here at TBC. Our game day coordinators are Jamie Bird and Amber Bird. Dean Bureau, my son, is about to graduate from the University of North Florida in less than 2 months. He's our cameraman. I'm Ray Bureau, bringing you the action here on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. Andrea Jones gets the serve and the ace for the Wildcats. For Jones, that is her first ace of the season. And she just picks up number 2. The Wildcats have taken the lead at 6-5. And Jones gets the whistle and sends this one right at Carlin Pointer. This one is set up for Wells and out of bounds. And the Wildcats lead by 2. Jones with the serve right at Chevalier. Foster to the middle of the court. And Went sends this one to Chevalier, who's able to go down low. Foster to the back of the court, but Jones bump, set, kill, and Chevalier on the defense. A violation called against TBC. And the Wildcats lead by 3. And Jones with the serve and another point for the Wildcats. In the distance, you might have seen Jael Jordan on the trainer's table. Hopefully she's all right. We'll be able to see her play again before this one's over. An unforced error from McAuliffe gives a point to the Eagles. Still trailing by 3, but Morgan Wells heading back to serve. Wells entered play with 8 aces. One is out of bounds from Copeland, and TBC has pulled within 1. Check that, too. Wells with the serve goes right out Rosario. And the point is good from Jada Michael. Michael entered play tonight with 40 kills and now serving Sarai Went. And a whistle while the ball was in the air. A violation called against the Wildcats. A double hit. And the Eagles are back to within 2. Burkhalter with the serve for TBC. Maggie Burkhalter, one of our seniors. She's from right here in Jacksonville. Went to University Christian School, and she has a sister who is a terrific infielder and left-handed batter for the University Christian Fighting Christians. One tipped off the net. Still in play. Foster with the tap. Unsure where that ball would have landed, so she kept it alive. And then Copeland gets the point. And the Wildcats lead it by 2. Eagles got to within 1. It's now 11-9 in favor of Fort Valley State. And right toward the net, and it made it over. Now the third hit from the Wildcats is a point via Morgan Gooden. All tipped at the net, and a 3-point Wildcat lead. Well, 9 to score. Taylor Copeland now serving. And good diving play from Rosario. However, her teammates unable to make the return. So the Eagles get the point. Ashley Shaw makes her way back onto the court. Gooden with another point and a 13-10 lead for the Wildcats. Sarah Rosario now serving. Burkhalter with the return. And the point. As that one hits off Copeland. And the Eagles are back to within 2 at 13-11. Carlin Pointer gets ready to serve for TBC. Gooden with the attempt, and the kill is good. Three-point lead for the Wildcats, and Leonie McAuliffe will get ready to serve. McAuliffe with the hit. Kill attempt, very well defended by Chevalier on the dig. Ooh, for the Eagles, Morgan Wells. And the Eagles back to within 2. Madison Hamilton serving. The Phillips may have mistimed her leap on that attempt. Wildcats get the point. Morgan Gooden with a good hard serve. Ends up inbounds. And the ace makes it a 4-point lead. Gooden entered play with 7 aces on the season. Wells with the kill attempt. Deflected at the net. Set up for Wint. Third hit from Chevalier. Short. A point for the Wildcats. Good effort by Chevalier. And Fort Valley leads 17-12. Now serving is Morgan Gooden. That one's out of bounds and a point for Fort Valley State, rather. And it's 18-12. And checking in and now serving, wearing number 16 is Samantha Smith, a junior from Statesboro, Georgia. And Smith gets the point. And now the Wildcats lead by 7. And Smith with the serve. Hamilton, a nice, good, hard return. Copeland is out of bounds. Substitution for TBC, Honesty Foster and Allie Thrash check back in. It will be Thrash with the serve. And the kill is good for Jones. And that's point number 20 for the Wildcats. Jones came into tonight's play with 21 kills, and that's Jones now serving. Wells with the tap. Little miscommunication, but Copeland was ready. Third hit from Pointer. Return effort is good. Went with the tap and the point. And Fort Valley State is 4 points away from winning the match. (21-13). And a substitution for Fort Valley State. Satine Green back onto the court. Pointer with the return. Set up for Green, but she tapped this one onto the court, and it is 21-13. And we have ourselves a timeout with the score. Fort Valley State 22, Trinity Baptist 13. We'll be back in just a minute. And a point goes up for the Wildcats, and they need just 2 more points to finish the match. And trying to finish this match with those 2 points is Nadira Jones. That serve is wide to the right, so the Eagles get the point. And heading back to serve is Morgan Wells. And an unforced error by Kayla Copeland. And serve from Wells was a little too strong. And now serving is Sarai Wint. Match point if the Wildcats get it, and they do. That's the ball game. Final score in set number 3, Fort Valley State University 25, Trinity Baptist College 15. So the Wildcats win the match 3-0. Trinity Baptist back on the home court this Saturday afternoon against Florida State College at Jacksonville and Trinity College of Florida. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on the TBC Eagles Sports Network. For Dean Bureau, the cameraman, head coach Leah Bennett, Jamie and Amber Bird, our game day coordinators, and athletic director John D. Jones. I'm Ray Bureau saying good night.